Hey, we're here. It's spring. It's the West Coast, and there are cutthroat trout around. There are resident cutthroat in mountain streams. There are sea runs on the way as we speak. These are wonderful fish, and there's a whole series of flies that are a little bit smaller than I usually use for sea runs, but these work for sea runs too. So I'm going to show these to you, and one of the body materials that's just wonderful to use is this uni-yarn. This particular fly, cutthroat trout, a lot of times are attracted to some fairly bright colors.
What'd you do first there, Jay?
What I have no idea.
The
Oh, so
floss or something?
this is a strand. Thank you. You know, Chris has to keep me. You know, I ramble. This is Lagerton oval tinsel.
Gotcha.
I've got my uni yarn tied on, and you can use a dub body. Ice dub is wonderful. You can mix ice dub with STS. You could use a standard rabbit dubbing as well.
But that yarn is easy to use.
This yarn is really easy to use. So I'm going to put my tinsel rib on there. You notice no tail. You could, if you would like a tail, you are certainly welcome to add one. Or, you know, Chris could throw me a curveball and say, well, what if you want to weight that fly more? You know, then I'd get all distracted.
Well, I like to catch fish. I don't know. You like to skate them up on the top.
I like to
skate
them
catch
up on top. So here's a wing material that's often overlooked, and it's this pheasant center tail feather. It's a very it's ultraviolet iridescent. We're gonna put that little bit of a wing there. This is kind of reminiscent of the Les Johnson era sea run flies. So then somewhere here I have just a couple of strands of crystal flash. So you know, don't be overlooking this pheasant center tail in your winging of your summer steelhead flies as well. You just want a couple of strands of this crystal flash. Just a hint of it. Oh, you know, why did I change my mind? What I really meant to say was you want 4 strands. That way you double them over and it can't pull out. And here's the fun little part of this fly that's a little bit different than you may have seen. And that is a little short topping on your wing of a contrasting color of uni yarn. So it's real easy to do. Fish really like it. Gives you a little bit of color contrast, and when you've got a lot of fish chewing at that, it frays out. Now, my hackle here, there's lots of different choices. That was almost a disaster. Mets, hen cape, grizzly. These are really nice flies to tie wet flies with. As always, I like to tie these hackles in by the tip. So I'll trim that. You could use your larger partridge hackles here. You could use your whiting Brahma hen back as well. You could use strung saddle hackle in a brown or a grizzly variant if you can find them anymore. You could tie your wing on in front of this hackle. I'm an advocate of tying this particular wing in first, and I've wound a few of my hackles forward, so I'm going to have to salvage that here. And unlike your traditional soft hackle, your real small fly that you would maybe only put 2 turns or a single turn, for a coastal cutthroat, I like that I like that fly to have a little bit more substance to it. I use a black thread here. You could use a scarlet thread. You could use a purple thread. As you can see, a fairly straightforward fly to tie. Just a tiny bit of sparkle. Really effective coastal cutthroat.